You walk into a room, no words, no introductions, just you, standing there. And in less than 7 seconds, they've already made up their mind about you. Not because they're shallow, not because they're trying to judge you, but because the human brain is designed to read signals faster than reason can catch them. And what you might not realize is that you're already sending those signals, whether you mean to or not. The truth is, you're always broadcasting. Your energy speaks before your mouth does. And what they think of you isn't based on your words, it's based on your field. Most people think impressions begin when they speak, but perception begins long before sound. Your posture, your rhythm, your stillness, it all tells a story. The way you enter a room, where you stand, how you carry silence. People don't just see you, they feel you. And what they feel is often shaped by energy you're not aware you're leaking. What most don't realize is this: your presence is shaped before you even walk in. It starts with what you say to yourself. I hope they like me bends your posture. I belong here expands your presence. The mind creates chemistry. The chemistry creates posture. The posture becomes a broadcast. You don't walk into the room to be accepted. You walk in already holding acceptance. And that subtle difference, it changes everything. Energy doesn't just speak, it moves. And movement has rhythm. When you rush, in your walk, in your speech, in your gestures, you send a signal of nervousness. You're trying to catch up to the room instead of grounding it. But when you slow down, when your steps are intentional, when your voice has space, you radiate control. Not aggression, not dominance, just presence. Rhythm is the music of confidence, and the world leans in to those who don't flinch in stillness. You don't need to fight for the center, but don't hide in the corner either. Where you choose to stand and how you orient yourself speaks before introductions are made. Are you placing yourself to be seen or to disappear? Standing with quiet visibility is a psychological signal. I belong, and I'm not afraid of being noticed. People don't analyze that directly, but they feel it. You've probably said all the right things before and still felt misunderstood. That's because people don't respond to content, they respond to coherence. If your voice says confidence, but your nervous system says panic, they'll believe the panic every time. People read your field, not your phrases. If you enter grounded, calm, clear, you don't have to speak much at all, because presence is a language, and your energy is already fluent. Most people enter conversations hoping for approval, but the shift happens when you become the one who gives approval. A nod, a soft smile, a still gaze. You become the validator, not the seeker. When you subtly lead the rhythm of the moment, you silently establish who holds the ground. You're not proving, you're directing. And that, without a single word, changes the entire tone of how you're seen. True influence doesn't come from perfection. It comes from alignment. When what you think, what you feel, and how you act are in harmony, people trust you, even if they don't know why. Because your field isn't fractured. You're not shape-shifting to fit the moment. You're not apologizing for your presence. You're just clear. And clarity is rare, which is why it's magnetic. There's a difference between collapsing and revealing. You don't have to overshare to be real, but showing subtle humanness, in tone, in expression, in honesty, can deepen trust instantly. Vulnerability isn't weakness. When used consciously, it shows control and courage. People aren't drawn to perfection. They're drawn to authentic mastery, the kind that knows its scars and stands anyway. The fear of not being liked makes us contort. It tightens our voice, it floods our nervous system, and that fear, not the content, is what people feel. Confidence doesn't mean being the loudest. It means walking in with this truth. I am not here to be chosen. I am here to express clarity. Acceptance is a bonus, not a requirement. When you no longer need to be liked, you are often the one who's most remembered. Influence isn't always in the words. It's in the space between them. The pause before you speak, the silence after a sentence, the held eye contact that doesn't flinch. Tension creates gravity. Most people run from it, but if you can hold it with peace, people listen harder. The world follows those who don't rush to fill the space. Before you speak, you're already telling a story. Your aura says, I'm powerful, or I'm unsure, or I'm performing. That story isn't accidental. It's a collage of memory, conditioning, and belief. But you can change it not by pretending, but by remembering who you are beneath the masks, who you are when you stop shrinking, who you are when you simply arrive. Clarity isn't loud, it isn't forceful. It's a quiet refusal to distort yourself for comfort. Be still, be precise, be intentional. Because in a world obsessed with being seen, it is those who are deeply felt who shape the room. So yes, people make decisions about you in 7 seconds. But that's not a problem, that's an invitation. To master not just what you say, but what you carry. To control not others, but yourself. To be someone whose presence speaks long before your mouth does. Because influence isn't something you turn on, it's something you become. And you're already becoming it.